Let your hands talk in the ring.
Fabio, a quick message for Oleksandr Usyk.
I'm coming, baby, I'm coming.
I'm public in my position. I want Usyk to retire as fast as it's possible. I was even against his fight with Dubois, but okay, fighting Dubois makes some sense, becoming triple undisputed. But give me one, not two, not three, one reason to fight Wardley. Why should he risk everything he gained for the last 13 years? 3-time undisputed. We spoke. You mentioned if he loses, people will remember his loss only.
You're scared of me. Usyk's words cut through like a knife. That grin wasn't friendly. It was a threat. He's basically telling Fabio, you've bitten off more than you can chew. 4 wins don't make you ready for the monster that dethroned giants.
Hey, my greedy belly, don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone. Never.
Dillian Whyte can back his mate all he wants, but deep down, he knows the gap is massive. Usyk's faced Joshua, Fury, Bellew, and unified entire divisions. Fabio's biggest name is Parker, and that too in a messy scrap. Loyalty aside, experience always buries hype.
Versus Wardley. Who wins? Because you can't write Wardley off now.
Of course, Fabio. Fabio is my guy, so I never bat against him for no one.
John Fury just said what most are too scared to admit. Fabio's rise has been rushed, built on hype rather than hard schooling. No amateur pedigree, no world-level rounds, and now he's talking Usyk. That's career suicide against a man who's mastered every level of this sport.
Well, if I was managing Fabio, no. Because there's levels to the game and he's not there with Usyk yet. Usyk's a tricky operator, ton of experience. You're looking at a kid who's had no amateur fights, had about 8 white collar fights, and you can't make the transition from that to that. But don't get me wrong, if he hit Usyk, he'll tip Usyk upside down. But what I would do is just get him another 4 or 5 wins, let him fight good men and let him go when he's ready.
Frank Warren's point is valid, but it also exposes the fine line between bravery and delusion. Fabio's win over Parker looked dominant, but let's be honest, it was more chaos than control. The stoppage was right. Parker was done. Yet Fabio's fans treating it like a masterclass is laughable. There's a difference between finishing a hurt man and outclassing a world champion, and Usyk's going to remind him exactly what that difference feels like.
Stopped. If you're not throwing punches back, the referee has no alternative to stop it. And I've watched it back a few times, and Joe was hurt, and he said it himself. Andy Lee described it perfectly at the after-fight press conference, and it was a good stoppage. And I think people who keep going on and on, what do they want to see? Somebody carried out on a stretcher?
That laugh from Usyk wasn't comedy. It was confidence dripping from a man who's danced with the best. His footwork broke down Joshua, confused Fury, and now he's teasing a man who barely knows how to cut the ring off. Usyk's mocking Fabio's style because he sees through it. He knows the footwork gap is so wide, it could swallow Wardley's entire career momentum in one night.
Don't be afraid. My legs better.
Even Gareth A. Davies tried to defend the stoppage, but the replay doesn't lie. Fabio threw punches, yes, but half of them were wild, desperate swings, not calculated combinations. When adrenaline replaces discipline, that's not dominance, that's survival. Usyk won't give him those chances. Against a technician like Usyk, missing 1 punch means eating 3 in return. Fabio's aggression might have fooled the crowd, but it won't fool a champion who's made legends miss all night.
Early or not? No. In the balance of in the balance of safety and kind of looking back over it. In the moment, I think my internal reaction was, oh, this feels a little bit early, slightly premature, as Howard just slid in there along the ropes, didn't he, just between them, as there was a kind of natural pause. But looking back on it, we've got the monitors in front of us for a start, and I've looked back over it today. There were about 40 punches thrown by Fabio. There was still a minute.
And there it is, official confirmation. Fabio Wardley is being thrown into the deep end, not because he's ready, but because the system demands it. Titles can fast-track a career, but they can also end one brutally fast. Facing Usyk isn't just a fight, it's a crash course in elite boxing IQ. Frank might be smiling now, but if Fabio steps in unprepared, This could go down as the shortest championship reign since Charles Martin's.
Sorry?
Is it Oleksandr Usyk next for Fabio?
It is. If he doesn't do it, then he'll be stripped and he'll be declared champion. Fabio is now the WBA and WBO interim champion. So that's it now. That's where we are.
Tyson Fury is trying to be polite, but read between the lines and you can sense the truth. He respects Fabio's power, but not his pedigree. Comparing him to George Foreman is flattering, yet absurd. Foreman had raw destruction in both hands and Olympic gold. Fabio's story is one of timing and matchmaking, not dominance. Fury knows Usyk's movement, speed, and composure will dismantle any fighter relying on power alone. This was Tyson's diplomatic way of saying, Fabio is good, but Usyk is in another dimension.
Listen, Usyk's a special talent. He's a good boxer, but listen, Fabio's a big dangerous puncher, and I'm sure if he hits anybody, he'll knock him out. He's very strong and he carries his power for a long time, so he did really well.
Fabio's confidence is admirable, but dangerously naive. He believes he has evolved into a different animal, yet evolution in boxing is measured in experience, not in years or gym sessions. The man he is calling out has dismantled unified champions, humiliated heavyweights, and rewritten history. Fabio has improved, no doubt, but talking about being an animal means nothing when you are stepping into the ring with a man who tamed monsters like Joshua and Fury. Usyk has seen this story before. A hungry challenger full of belief, and every single one of them ended the same way.
The ring. Will you knock out Oleksandr Usyk, Fabio?
Look, I proved I can take out anyone, and it ain't always going to be pretty, it ain't always going to look the best, but I proved that I'm an anomaly, I'm something different, I'm unorthodox, I don't go about things in maybe the correct fashion of how you should, but ultimately, if I'm in the ring, I'm on my feet and there's breath in my lungs, I'm dangerous.
Billy Nelson speaks the raw truth of this brutal sport. Fans love the chaos but forget the consequences. Fabio's war with Parker looked heroic on television, but fighters feel the price in silence. Facing someone like Usyk multiplies that danger. He doesn't just hit, he breaks fighters mentally before physically. When Nelson talks about hospital beds and life support, he is reminding everyone that boxing at this level is survival, not entertainment. Fabio is walking into a fight where one wrong move could define or destroy his career.
And ends up in the hospital on a life support machine. All these idiots that say, you know, it was stopped prematurely. How many times have they been hit by an 18-stone man in the head over 36 minutes? None.
This statement proves Fabio has no idea what he is asking for. Forgetting about the Usyk who beat Joshua and Fury is like ignoring the sun while standing under it. That is the same man you will be facing, the same champion who dismantled giants with precision. Fabio's mindset sounds brave, but bravery without realism is ignorance. He is not preparing for an old or slower Usyk, he is preparing for the same calculating tactician who studies every weakness like an assassin. If Fabio truly thinks he can erase that history, he is already losing the mental battle.
I think he just needs to bring all that into the ring with him and go in there and forget about the Usyk that's beat AJ, the Usyk that's beat Fury.
Fabio sounds calm here, but the confidence feels rehearsed. He wanted confirmation from the WBO, but now that it is real, the pressure will hit harder than any punch. He is stepping into a world where every mistake costs you rounds, pride, and sometimes your future. Usyk has fought under the brightest lights and thrived in chaos. Fabio has yet to feel what it's like to have an elite champion dissect your style for 12 straight rounds. He says he will figure it out later, but by the time he realizes what he is facing, it may already be too late.
But look, we know all I needed was that confirmation from the WBO saying I'm next. So cool, no problem, no worries. If I'm next, then we'll figure that all out after.
Frank Warren's words sound calm, but they carry weight. When he says let the dust settle, it means everyone knows this matchup is not ready yet. Fabio's team wants time, and they need it badly. Usyk is a puzzle even veterans cannot solve. If negotiations stretch into next year, it might give Fabio the illusion of progress, but that clock will not save him. Every extra day Usyk trains is another layer of experience added to his arsenal. This is not just about making a fight, it is about protecting a career from premature disaster.
I'm going the right way.
When do you expect to make Usyk Wardley?
When do I expect to make it? It won't be till next year, so let the dust settle and we'll start the negotiations and go from there.
Fury's tone gives away more than his words. He praises Fabio's power, but that is what you say when you cannot praise someone's skill. It is an old heavyweight trick to stay diplomatic. Usyk's special talent has already been proven against bigger and stronger men. Fabio's power may impress casual fans, but real boxing minds know that raw strength alone cannot dismantle a technician like Usyk. Fury knows it, and his smile while speaking tells the story. This fight is not power versus skill, it is reality versus fantasy. And Fabio's dream might end before it even begins.
Listen, Usyk's a special talent. He's a good boxer, but listen, Fabio's a big dangerous puncher, and I'm sure if he hits anybody, he'll knock him out. He's very strong and he carries his power for a long time, so he did really well.
Joseph Parker's words carry quiet frustration. He feels he was winning before Fabio's punch landed, and that says everything. Fabio's biggest win came from timing, not dominance. Parker acknowledging the equalizer is his polite way of saying Fabio's skill did not impress him. Against Usyk, there will be no easy equalizer, no lucky shot that resets the score. Usyk will force him to think, adapt, and survive every second. Parker's tone suggests he knows exactly what Fabio is about to face. Power can shock a man once, but against Usyk, it takes more than one punch to even make him blink.
Do you think he can go and beat Oleksandr Usyk? Do you think he has the skill?
There's only one way to find out then. Let him fight.
Yeah. Do you think he can? Many people have tried.
I'm not sure. If that fight's to be made, we'll see how it'll go. But I do feel like I was leading the fight. And he said, he's got that equalizer.
Hamza Shiraz is speaking as a fan, not as a realist. Fabio landing a right hand on Usyk sounds good in theory, but Usyk has danced through the fire of bigger punchers with ease. Calling Fabio's rise consistent is generous. It has been convenient more than convincing. Every time he steps up, the opposition is handpicked, not hazardous. Usyk is not an upset waiting to happen, he is the one who ends upsets before they start. Hamza's optimism sells hope, but in boxing, hope is not a strategy. The right hand might land, but it will not land twice.
In boxing, got to be up there, innit? Got to be up there. And can you imagine he lands a right hand on Usyk? The thing is, you can't doubt the guy now. Like, it's one of this, you can't doubt him. He seems to consistently pull off the upsets, and when you consistently do that, you become.
Ajit Kabayel summed it up perfectly with just a few words. Usyk is too fast, too sharp, and too smart for Fabio Wardley. The only thing Fabio can bring is heart, and that will not be enough. Kabayel acknowledges Fabio's effort, but effort and elite skill are two different currencies in boxing. Speed, timing, and experience always cash out bigger. Usyk's control of distance and rhythm will make Fabio look like he is fighting in slow motion. When Kabayel says Usyk wins it, he is not guessing. He is stating a fact every serious fighter already knows.
Okay. Usyk Wardley. I think too fast.
Too fast. Usyk too fast. Usyk fucking wins it. But you know what?
Ajit Kabayel summed it up perfectly with just a few words. Usyk is too fast, too sharp, and too smart for Fabio Wardley. The only thing Fabio can bring is heart, and that will not be enough. Kabayel acknowledges Fabio's effort, but effort and elite skill are two different currencies in boxing. Speed, timing, and experience always cash out bigger. Usyk's control of distance and rhythm will make Fabio look like he is fighting in slow motion. When Kabayel says Usyk wins it, he is not guessing. He is stating a fact every serious fighter already knows.